WWE's Golden Era wasn't just a time when matches came to life. It was the era that produced immortal legends in the wrestling world. Stars from this period left an unforgettable mark with their unique style, technique, and personality, captivating fans across generations. Even after all these years, they remain living icons, celebrated names that continue to inspire. In today's video, we'll take a look at the top 15 oldest WWE Golden Era legends as of 2025, exploring their ages, careers, and memorable milestones. So let's dive right in. Wrestling Sphere, go! Number 15. Hillbilly Jim. Among the standout faces of WWE's Golden Era, Hillbilly Jim has always held a special place in fans' hearts. He didn't rely on flashy appearances or complex maneuvers to leave an impression. It was his genuine smile, optimistic spirit, and simple country charm that made him an unforgettable icon of the 1980s. Every time he appeared, Jim electrified the crowd with warmth, friendliness, and infectious positive energy, qualities not every wrestler could deliver. Hillbilly Jim entered WWE as a gentle giant farmer, strong yet kind, representing the real people characters of that era. What made him truly remarkable was that, despite his humorous style, he brought seriousness to every in-ring moment. Each of his matches radiated passion and dedication, as if he wanted the audience to feel they were witnessing something authentic and relatable. Beyond his performances, Jim was known for his kindness backstage. He was always ready to support his peers, creating a joyful atmosphere in the locker room, a rarity in the high-pressure world of wrestling. This made Hillbilly Jim more than just a character. He became a symbol of sincerity within WWE. Now at 73, he still carries that friendly smile and optimistic outlook. For many fans, Hillbilly Jim is more than a memory of the Golden Era. He's proof that simplicity and genuine character can create a lasting legend. Number 14. Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko, nicknamed the Living Legend, was one of the most unique and unmistakable figures of WWE's Golden Era. Unlike many of his peers who flaunted muscle or relied on flashy moves, Zbyszko stood out for his tactical intelligence, his ability to control the pace of a match, and his mastery of opponent psychology. Every time he stepped into the ring, he resembled a warrior on a chessboard, where each gesture, glance, and strike was calculated to slowly unnerve his opponent and lure them into a trap he had carefully set. What made Larry truly special was his ability to stretch out matches while keeping the audience completely engaged. He knew how to manipulate a slow yet tension-filled rhythm, using every moment to analyze, tease, and control his opponent's emotions. Leaving the ring to provoke frustration, executing calculated evasions, and disrupting the flow of a match all showcased Zbyszko's rare cunning. For him, wrestling wasn't just about strength, it was a psychological art form. A smart, strategic match could be just as captivating as the flashiest aerial maneuvers. Beyond his tactical skill, Zbyszko was a master storyteller in the ring. Whether playing a villain or a seasoned veteran, he always knew how to make himself the center of attention. Every match contained rising tension, conflict, and moments that compelled fans to follow every move. His strong personality, proactive in-ring style, and ability to engage the audience's emotions made him a distinct and unforgettable figure of the Golden Era. Now at 74, Larry Zbyszko is regarded as one of the most brilliant and strategic minds wrestling has ever produced. He is not just a living legend by name. He is proof that intelligence, strategy, and storytelling can create enduring greatness that transcends eras. Zbyszko's legacy is forever tied to cunning, calculated precision, and ring mastery, qualities that cement him as an irreplaceable icon in wrestling history. Number 13. Skinner. Skinner was one of the most uniquely colored characters during the transition from the Golden Era to the new generation, when WWE began experimenting with bolder, more distinctive personas. With the look of a rugged swamp hunter, a harsh face, and a piercing gaze as if he had just emerged from wild, murky waters, Skinner immediately made a strong impression. He carried the aura of someone living on society's fringes, where instinct and survival took precedence over rules. What set Skinner apart was the way he embodied his wild spirit in every movement. From his slow, calculated steps and alert stance to a fierce expression that never wavered, he perfectly portrayed a hunter lying in wait for his prey. His in-ring style matched this image: tough, rough, and relentlessly close quarters. Skinner didn't rely on fancy techniques or flashy aerial maneuvers. He struck hard and direct, every move carrying weight and the sense of slowly wearing down his opponent over time. Each match with Skinner felt not just like a physical confrontation but a survival chase, with him as the cold-blooded hunter and his opponent as prey trying to escape. This authentic portrayal made his character one of the most memorable gimmicks of that era. Though not always in the spotlight of major events, Skinner left a lasting impression through his ability to fully maintain his character. He was proof of WWE's creative boldness at the time, when daring ideas were brought to television to stand out and captivate audiences. Now, at 74, Skinner is remembered as an icon of wild, raw, yet vibrant style. His Swamp Hunter persona wasn't merely a gimmick to attract attention, it was a testament to his skillful performance and unwavering dedication to the craft. Skinner carved his name into WWE history through uniqueness, strength, and a character-driven intensity that could never be replicated. Number 12. Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura was one of the most distinctive personalities of WWE's Golden Era, standing out not just in the ring but also leaving a lasting impression with his unique style and strong persona. In the ring, he was more than a seasoned wrestler. He was a master of strategy, using his strength and tactics intelligently. Ventura always brought an element of surprise, keeping both opponents and fans guessing his next move, creating matches full of drama and excitement. What truly made Ventura an icon was his rebellious character and blunt way of speaking. After leaving the ring, he transitioned into commentary, where his keen observation and smart analysis set him apart. He didn't just comment on techniques. He delivered sharp, sometimes sarcastic insights that were always accurate, keeping the audience entertained while showcasing his cleverness. This approach became his signature, making fans remember Jesse Ventura as both a veteran wrestler and a sharp, witty commentator. Beyond skill and personality, Ventura impressed with his fearlessness and daring attitude, earning respect from his peers. He knew how to build his personal brand, maintaining his fighter essence while shining in a new role. At 74, Jesse Ventura remains a symbol of WWE's vibrant golden era, where character and skill combine to create living legends. He is remembered not only as a formidable wrestler but also as a storyteller, analyst, and source of inspiration in his uniquely Ventura way. Number 11. Greg Valentine. Greg, the Hammer Valentine, was one of the masters of grueling, endurance-testing matches during the Golden Era. He didn't rely on spectacular aerial moves or flashy maneuvers. What set Valentine apart was his ability to drag opponents into a slow, punishing, and highly strategic battle. Each of his matches felt like a test of stamina, where fatigue gradually wore down every ounce of an opponent's strength, letting the audience feel the pressure and exhaustion in the ring. Valentine's wrestling style focused on persistence and precision. He read matches exceptionally well, knowing the exact moment to apply holds, when to ramp up intensity, and when to maintain a steady pace to prevent his opponent from recovering. His relentless, calculated strikes were not only physically punishing but also mentally demoralizing. The sense of total control is what made Valentine's matches uniquely tense. He had the skill to turn every attack into a prolonged, inescapable pressure, making opponents feel trapped in an unending struggle. His clashes with stars like Ricky Steamboat and Brutus Beefcake are often cited by fans as prime examples of match storytelling. Every time he stepped into the ring, Valentine brought a tightly controlled rhythm and a highly strategic approach. Leg locks, pounding strikes, and extended periods of match control showcased his deep understanding of action-driven storytelling, a skill few wrestlers could execute so effectively. Beyond his distinctive in-ring style, Greg Valentine was renowned for his professionalism and respect toward opponents. He maintained consistent performance without showboating, yet delivered captivating matches that held fans' full attention. Now, at 74, Valentine is remembered as a symbol of endurance, strength, and classic strategic wrestling. He proved that wrestling isn't just about explosive power, it's about persistence, careful calculation, and controlling a match with subtle, deliberate moves. Valentine left an indelible legacy, standing as a living testament to the tough yet sophisticated artistry that defined the Golden Era. Number 10. Bob Orton Jr. Bob Orton Jr. was one of the most memorable figures of the rock and wrestling era, standing out as a highly effective heel. His iconic casted arm instantly became a personal trademark, signaling danger the moment he stepped into the ring. Orton had a talent for creating tension and surprise, making every appearance a moment opponents and fans had to watch closely. Orton's style was crafty and strategic, combining skill with excellent match psychology. He knew how to exploit opponents' weaknesses, use clever tricks, and apply sneaky maneuvers while keeping the match entertaining and natural. Even as a heel, he earned respect from colleagues for his skill, professionalism, and ability to tell a story through wrestling. His encounters, whether tag team or solo matches, were consistently tense, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. Beyond being an outstanding wrestler, Bob Orton Jr. inspired the next generation, particularly his son Randy Orton, who became one of WWE's top stars. His legacy is tied to the archetype of a clever heel, blending technique, strategy, and personality to leave a lasting mark in wrestling history. At 75, Bob Orton Jr. is still remembered as a Golden Era icon, proving that a skilled and intelligent heel can not only create classic matches but also become a living legend cherished across generations. Number 9. Jerry, the King, Lawler. Jerry, the King Lawler is a name that instantly conjures the image of a dual legend, the undisputed king of Memphis wrestling and the iconic, irreplaceable voice of WWE. Before becoming one of the most renowned commentators in history, Lawler made his mark in the wrestling territories, dominating through a unique combination of boldness, storytelling mastery, and the art of captivating audiences with every gesture, glance, and strike. Unlike many wrestlers who relied on size or raw strength, Lawler built his career through tactical intelligence, psychological insight, and the ability to turn every in-ring conflict into a memorable story. His spirit is inseparable from Memphis, where he was not only a champion but also a cultural icon, a community pride, and one of the greatest names in local wrestling history. His prominence came not from muscles but from a deep understanding of how to evoke emotion, keeping fans glued to every performance. When Lawler entered WWE as a commentator, he quickly proved that his talent extended far beyond the ring. His energetic, sharp, and humorous voice brought matches to life, infusing every moment with personality. Explosive reactions, witty banter, and the seamless mix of wrestling knowledge with entertainment made Lawler an indispensable presence for WWE over decades. For many fans, the laughter and excitement he delivered became an essential part of WWE's Golden Era experience. At 76, Jerry, the King Lawler remains a living legend, bridging Memphis' glorious past with the modern wrestling world. He embodies endurance, passion, and influence that few can replicate. In every role, local champion, in-ring performer, or charismatic commentator, Lawler stands as an immortal figure, representing the spirit and pride of the Golden Era. Number 8. Ric Flair. Ric Flair, also known as the Nature Boy, is not just a WWE legend. He is the living embodiment of glamour, authority, and the indomitable spirit of professional wrestling. Every time Flair stepped into the ring, he transformed the moment into a visual spectacle. Gleaming suits, sparkling robes, and a confident stride that made it feel as if the world revolved around him. Flair didn't just talk about greatness. He lived it, turning each entrance into a declaration of style and personality. Ric Flair's career stands as a testament to endurance and extraordinary talent, with 16 World Championship titles, a record few wrestlers have approached. But numbers tell only part of the story. Flair is equally revered for his ability to control emotions and craft compelling narratives within every match. He knew how to make audiences tense, excited, and fully invested, turning each bout into a theatrical masterpiece. Flair was more than a wrestler. He was a true performer, blending technical skill with showmanship, leaving fans remembering every iconic moment. During the Golden Era, Ric Flair personified the larger-than-life ideal. Grand, dazzling, proud, yet always commanding respect in the ring. Long matches, exceptional selling, versatile maneuvers, and cunning misdirections made him an almost unmatched figure. Few could simultaneously captivate fans while maintaining top-tier wrestling ability as Flair did. At 76, Ric Flair remains a shining star, representing not only a golden period of WWE but also proving that true legends never fade. His aura extends beyond shimmering robes and famous catchphrases. It lies in the lasting impact he leaves on fans' minds, making the Nature Boy immortal in wrestling history. Flair continues to show that a true legend, no matter the passage of time, keeps shining brilliantly. Number 7. Don Muraco. Don Muraco, known as the Magnificent Muraco, was one of the faces that made the early 1980s a fiery period for WWE. With his imposing build, challenging glare, and near-arrogant confidence, Muraco quickly established himself as a steadfast villain, one who didn't just aim to win but sought to crush his opponents in a way that enraged and mesmerized fans at the same time. Muraco possessed natural strength, toughness, and a somewhat brutal wrestling style, making his matches tense and unpredictable. From taunting opponents on the mic to every decisive strike, he radiated the arrogance of a man who believed he was superior to anyone standing across from him. This made him one of the era's most effective heels. Whenever his music hit, fans braced themselves for an intense battle. Beyond physical power, Muraco stood out for his charisma. Every action carried weight, he knew how to draw eyes, and he had a commanding presence that made him the center of every storyline. The combination of strength, persona, and theatrical instinct cemented Muraco as a cornerstone of the Golden Era. Now at 76, Don Muraco is remembered as one of WWE's greatest villains, shaping the intense, dramatic style of early 80s wrestling and leaving an indelible mark in fans' memories. Number 6. Stan Hansen. Stan Hansen is the living embodiment of the brawler style, one of the rare legends who left his mark in both WWE and Japanese wrestling. Known not just in the US, Hansen captivated audiences in Japan with his rough, powerful approach and his iconic lariat, a move that made opponents cautious. Every strike he delivered carried weight and intensity, giving fans a tangible sense of danger and pressure inside the ring. Hansen's in-ring style combined strength, precision, and relentless determination. He didn't rely on flashy maneuvers or technical gimmicks but focused on applying continuous pressure, wearing down his opponents with direct, decisive strikes. Fans were drawn not only to his power but also to the story he told in each match. A tense, dramatic confrontation where every moment could change the course of the battle. Beyond his fierce style, Hansen earned the respect of his peers for professionalism and in-ring control. Whether performing in Japan or the US, he maintained a consistent presence, resilient, intense, yet strategic. This combination of courage, power, and storytelling ability elevated Stan Hansen to a true wrestling icon. At 76, Hansen remains a respected legend. His lariats and brawler persona not only defined an era but also set a benchmark for wrestlers aiming to make a lasting, impactful impression on fans. Number 5. Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter is one of the most prominent icons of the Golden Era, bringing the spirit of the US military into the wrestling world with steel-like presence, strict discipline, and a commanding style. Just seeing his drill sergeant hat, dark sunglasses, and proud posture immediately conveyed the image of a real soldier, someone who didn't just wrestle but embodied unwavering determination through every gesture, word, and action in the ring. Slaughter had a unique way of connecting with the crowd. As a hero, he portrayed a steadfast warrior, fighting with everything for justice and pride. He represented integrity, protection, and unshakable loyalty. But as a villain, Slaughter became a symbol of controversial toughness, a persona powerful enough to electrify the entire arena. His ability to switch character nuances seamlessly made every appearance a focal point of the ongoing storyline. The peak of his career came when he became WWF champion, a moment that highlighted the profound impact of the Steel Soldier persona. Stories surrounding Slaughter were always clear, driven, and emotionally compelling, building natural peaks of tension. His character fought not only with moves and holds but with spirit and presence, making every match a showcase of the dramatic essence of the Golden Era. Even now, at 77, Sergeant Slaughter is remembered as one of the characters who helped define early WWE. He symbolizes resilience and the perfect translation of military ethos into performance art, proving that a strong character can transcend time and remain in fans' memories. For Slaughter, wrestling wasn't just about clashes. It was a stage to express willpower, discipline, and pride, qualities that make him a true legend of the Golden Era. Number 4. Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon is a name synonymous with the rise of Caribbean wrestling, particularly in Puerto Rico, where he not only became a major icon but also founded the World Wrestling Council, WWC, establishing a new era for sports entertainment in the region. With a powerful build, determined demeanor, and the spirit of a true warrior, Colon built a career on perseverance and the ability to engage audiences in every story surrounding him. Colon was known for his high-intensity wrestling style, marked by bloody, dramatic battles that defined the unique flavor of Caribbean wrestling. Every appearance carried the aura of a fighter who would never back down, always ready to face any challenge to defend his honor and assert his status. This fierce approach made him one of the most beloved figures in the region's history. But his contributions went beyond the ring. As the founder of WWC, Carlos Colon laid the foundation for a talent development system, giving countless local wrestlers the opportunity to shine and bringing Caribbean wrestling closer to the global stage. He helped make Puerto Rico a hotbed of wrestling, where dramatic stories and heated rivalries constantly drew fans. At 77, Carlos Colon is celebrated as a complete legend, the guardian of Caribbean wrestling's spirit and an enduring symbol of an irreplaceable golden era. Number 3. Rugged Ronnie Garvin. Rugged Ronnie Garvin embodied a tough, straightforward, no-nonsense wrestling style, the kind of wrestler who could make opponents wary just by stepping into the ring. Not the largest in stature, Garvin compensated with an iron will and unyielding fighting spirit, making him one of the standout names of the Golden Era. He was a warrior who never feared impact and always delivered his counters with full force. The highlight of his career came when he captured the NWA World Championship, a testament to Garvin's true value, perseverance, endurance, and determination. He built his reputation not through flashy moves, but through skill and a battlefield mentality. Every match for Garvin felt like a life-or-death struggle. His signature move, the Hands of Stone, perfectly reflected this style. With devastating impact, it could drop even the toughest opponents and became a trademark that defined his name. Whenever he unleashed it, the audience knew the match had reached a decisive moment. Though not a mainstream flashy figure, Garvin epitomized the essence of classic wrestling: strong, direct, and full of heart. At 80, he remains remembered as a true warrior, marked by resilience and an uncompromising fighting spirit that helped define the character of old-school wrestling. Number 2. Ken Patera. Ken Patera was one of the most unique figures of the Golden Era, entering wrestling with a background few could match. He was a true Olympic athlete. Coming from weightlifting, Patera brought extraordinary strength, a solid physique, and a serious competitive mindset to the ring. This instantly set him apart, making him one of the most naturally powerful stars of the 1970s and 80s. Patera didn't rely solely on strength. He used his toughness and imposing presence to craft the image of a dangerous challenger. He moved like an unstoppable force, competing with a cold, dominating style, ready to overpower any opponent with sheer power. His feats, lifting weights, bending metal, and executing powerful holds, made the audience believe he was a real-life superhuman. However, Patera's career was also marked by controversial moments, adding layers to his complex legacy. These events only made his persona more vivid, a strong, talented star who faced turbulence both inside and outside the ring. Despite ups and downs, Ken Patera remains a prime example of traditional power-based wrestling. At 82, he continues to symbolize an era defined by raw strength, toughness, and intense competition, an era Patera helped shape with his talent and commanding personality. Number 1. Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher is one of the most intense, haunting, and unforgettable figures the Golden Era ever produced. When his name is mentioned, fans immediately think of sheer brutality, a hardcore style that went far beyond what most wrestlers dared to attempt. Abdullah didn't simply step into the ring to wrestle, he created an atmosphere of life-or-death combat, where every second was charged with tension and danger. What made Abdullah a legend wasn't just his resilience or the sheer amount of bloodshed in his matches. It was the way he crafted the persona of the cold, unpredictable, and terrifyingly ruthless Butcher. From fork stabs to sharp weapons and countless steel props, he transformed every appearance into a heart-stopping performance. No one knew what would happen next, and it was this unpredictability that cemented him as an icon of fear. He was the kind of wrestler whose entrance music alone sent a chill across the arena. His opponents knew they were about to face a challenge where even the smallest mistake could result in serious injury. Rather than shying away from violence, Abdullah turned it into an art form. Every strike, every brutal maneuver executed with calculated savagery that left the audience both horrified and mesmerized. Abdullah's career spanned decades, from gritty local arenas to international stages, and wherever he went, the Butcher became the focal point. No one could replicate his unique style, a blend of horror, drama, and survival instinct drenched in raw violence. At 84 years old, even in retirement, Abdullah the Butcher remains a figure of fascination and respect. He is regarded as an immortal icon of hardcore wrestling, a man who redefined brutality in the ring and made an entire generation of fans shiver at his very name. For Abdullah, wrestling wasn't just a sport, it was a stage where he left a lasting mark of ferocity, intensity, and magnetism that the Golden Era will never forget. So there you have it, the 15 oldest Golden Era legends of WWE. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Sphere so you don't miss out on more exciting content.